Yeah, but you're like one of the OGs.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I definitely
that's
remember buying from you.
yeah, it's good that people still recognise that, because when I started at 6, like I said in my post on Wednesday, I just started it in 2013. It's just like a football boot appreciation page,
Right.
just posting boots of like classic sort of total 90s and Predators I had in stock. So I used to buy and sell on eBay. I started about 15, 16 buying and selling on eBay. So I'd have about sort of 10 pairs at a time. I'd make about 15, 20 pounds. I tended to sort of buy like sort of used ones and just give them a clean up, put them back on eBay, make 15, 20 pound profit. And I was happy as a 15-year-old kid. And then it just grew from there. I started up the appreciation page, just posting photos of T90s, Predators, and it just got loads of like mad likes and mad follows quick.
Gotcha.
People DMing, asking if they were for sale, asking if I can get any more. So like I said in the post, I just scouted around. There was nothing of the sort, no football boot businesses. There's obviously like your Predator, like your football boot brands and businesses, but no one specialised in classic boots. So yeah, built the Instagram, and I was just hassling players, going through like A to Z of literally football teams. I was starting the Prem, starting like Arsenal, Aston Villa, just down to the bottom, and just go through all the players, just commented on their posts saying, give us a follow, blah, blah, blah. And then players, I mean, 90% of the players didn't comment, but then players did, like sort of a few did here and there. And it just grew from there. I think the first pro I sold to was Ravel Morrison. I'm not sure if you know Ravel.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ex-Man U, and he was at West Ham at the time. So I drove down in my little car to drop some boots him in sort of East London, and yeah, it's wicked, man. So that's 6 years ago now, and he did a shout out, and from him, I think Wilf Sahar got involved, and I still deal with Wilf now. And then Wilf was at Man U at the time, so through him was Chicharito, and it went mad. Chicharito did a shout out, and I think in 2 days I got 7,000 followers. It just
Wow.
And my phone was just, I thought it was going to explode. Just for 2-3 days, it was, because the Mexicans are crazy about football. So all the big Mexican players got massive millions of followers, and yeah, that's the first big break, and then it's just going from there, player by player, changing rooms, and yeah, it's cool.
So what made you get into all of this? I mean, obviously you're a football fan. I'm sure you grew up playing. Like when were you like, hey, I want to start, flipping some boots? Like what made you get into it?
Just, I've always had football's always been the main passion. And then football boots as well. I've just always been obsessed with football boots. I think it probably started when I was sort of 12, 13. Sort of early teenage years, just properly been obsessed with football boots. So it's 2002, the World Cup. One of my favourite models, in fact, I've got some here, the T92s. So that's the first ever boot I properly buzzed off.
That's awesome.
The sole plates is wicked. I've got a few colours of these. So yeah, it's that World Cup really. So I was 10 years old. So that World Cup, all the football boots, the Predator Manias as well, of course, the Vapor 2s. Where's the other T90s? It's another colourway there. Yeah, that World Cup was huge for boots. So yeah, like T90s, the Manias, the Vapor 1s or 2s, whichever they were. And it's just from there, really. So sort of 11, 12 years old, I started just properly being into boots.
That's awesome.
Ben, would you say you have a favorite 02 World Cup memory?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, that World Cup, the boots, the kits. I mean, England, we got to the semi-finals, actually, and Ronaldinho did David Seaman with that flipping free kick.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, World Cup memories for me, the biggest one was probably the Trippier free kick against Croatia in the semis last year. I'm not sure if you remember that. We had Croatia in the semi-finals last year, and me and a load of guys were down in Hyde Park in London, so like the main place to go. We managed to get tickets somehow. I can't remember, like where the main fan zone in, definitely London, probably the UK. And even though we lost the game, but that free kick and that feeling of actually getting shivers now. That free kick going in the semi-final of the World Cup was unbelievable. But apart from that, for England, there's not been too many, unfortunately. Hopefully the next one, though, we've got loads of players coming through. Our squad is a joke.
Yeah,
next World Cup, I think.
The youngsters it's like overload.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to figure out who to put where and who to bench, obviously.
I mean, Jack Grealish had not even got into the latest one after the season he's had, which just shows, everyone that's coming through, it's never seen anything like it. Never thought it'd happen, to be fair. But
was there a player, or I'm assuming, you spoke to the players directly rather than like an agent or something, but who sort of really impacted you and all of this? Was it a player that was like, wow, what you're doing is amazing, like please keep doing this? Or was it your family, or like was there anybody that kind of told you, hey man, you got something great, like keep going, and you took that to heart?
Tough one. A lot of players are very supportive, like really supportive, and it's easy when you sort of meet them. When I first started, I tried to meet the players as much as possible, just because it was exciting. I mean, it still is exciting, but now it's just all about sort of time. It sort of takes half a day, like it takes time out of my day going to meet the players, so it's a lot easier just to post. So tough question, that. Very tough question. Yeah, a lot of the guys are really good. I mean, James McLean, he's at Stoke now. He's probably the guy who's bought the most amount of boots. He's a proper boothead, James. And he must have bought 60 pairs now. You must have seen all the Mercurials he wears, all the super flyers.
That's amazing.
It's great. Yeah, 60. Yeah, it must be 60, 70 pairs, I think.
Once you hit that Chicharito post, or was it before that when you were like, I got something special going on here, like it's gonna take off?
Yeah, it's so long ago now, 6 years. It doesn't seem like a long time, but so much has happened in that time. I never saw it as a full-time job. I was doing coaching at the time. I coached for Watford, just up the road. I was doing community work and just after-school clubs and in-school curriculum lessons. Then I did this on the side. I never, ever expected it to go quite this big and for this amount of time. I expected to do it for a few years when I was 21, and then get like a proper job, But it's just ended up being just taking over my life. Yeah, it's looking good. Just taking it to the next level here with the office. So currently at the minute I've got 480 pairs here, another sort of 70, 80 pairs which have been delivered in the last few years, another 110 pairs back at my mum and dad's. I've just been stocking up over lockdown. I expect the first few days to be pretty crazy. Lots going out, but yeah, lots to sort of restock over the next few months, and still the potential. We've got pairs sort of not sitting and waiting, but in line to come into us. Pairs similar to the sort of the delivery I showed you earlier, so sort of 2008 to sort of 2010. So that sort of era, the CTRs, the Tiempos, the Hypervenoms, 2012. So yes, still a week to go to the launch, but still a lot of work to do on my side. But yeah, a lot of people are excited for this. Just the sheer amount of classics, and they're proper classics as well.
Right, right.
Don't just sort of specialise in boots in the last 5 years. I mean, I think the average is probably about 2010, so the average is about 10-year-old boots. Sounds good, guys. Have a good morning, yeah?
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
You too.
Take care.